Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. A little live before lock on the baseball side of things. If it's your first time here, do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the little notification bell. We got a fun one today, I think. We're at the tail end of the sweat of game week 4. And once again, oh, the Red Sox, they play 4 games. The Twins, they play 4 games. All of the 4-team games suck, except for the Royals. I guess the Royals cooked a little bit. And again, that's more to do with weather, I think, especially Boston and Toronto played a 4-game series that might as well have been played at the North Pole with how cold and windy and snowy it's been. But yeah, we got 1 game left tonight. Who is it? Phillies and the Philadelphia Phillies. And who's the other one? Who was the other one? The Braves and the Braves. We also have Brewers and the Rockies going. Twins and Royals are in the 9th. Sox and Blue Jays playing right now. So that's where we're at this game week. Sean was saying I don't care because I forgot to set a bi-weekly. That's fair. That's fair. In true fashion, I sent three bi-weekly lineups here. We can start by a little lineup review before we dive into this game. We can probably go for like 40 minutes, I think, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the chitty chat goes. I'm going to, by the way, try to do like 1 live a week, 1 recorded a week. I think that's going to be the plan moving forward. We'll see. It all depends on schedule and whatnot. But this is what we have going on in the bi-weekly. So our first, I hate that we can't just like click this lineup to blow it up a little bit, you know? Wait, line view, will that do it? No, that does nothing. Okay, cool. So this is what we have right now. Let me zoom in a little bit. So limited champ 1, Michael King, who is my favorite pitcher of the game week, kind of disappointed with 14. Clay Holmes, though, was slinging Ks for the New York Mets here. I think he had double-digit Ks in a Miami game. And then you got the Red Sox. Look at the Red Sox. They combined, like Devers got to 15, Duran got to 19. And then you got freaking Story with 2 and Breggers with 1. Look at Byron Buxton. -5. -5 from Bucks. What are we doing? Limited champ 2. Also, Jump Shooty. That's right. We are going to do it live on Sunday because our guy Jump Shoot's going to be there. All right. This is limited champ 2. So more Sox and Twins here. We did get 1 Chapman appearance. Crotchet was okay with 18. Cass has been striking out a lot. Corbin Carroll, he came up. He did his job. Nobody else did. He had 49, and then pretty embarrassing stuff here. But this is our best shot. This one's fallen back a little bit. We were top 8% there for a second. But that's fallen back a little bit. You got Baz dropped to 23 on him. Cade Smith only with 8. McMahon with 22. Freaking Tovar sat this today's game. Brent Doyle already knocked out a bomb. Tucker was fine, and Churios was 64. So this is pretty disappointing game week, I think, for me personally. Unrelated to health, right? Thank you, Sean. Great call on the best stacks. Yeah, I mean, it happened, man. It happened. Daily today, this one's in 53rd. We got 28 out of Soriano. Jansen ended up not getting in. We still got McMahon going, Contreras going. You see Garrett Mitchell over there, Farmer, and Waka 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 dropped 15. And then our double specialist team's pretty ass. I'm not expecting much out of that. So that's what's going on this coming game week. How are you guys doing so far? Does anybody have a good sweat? I'm sure our guys Taylor and DJ Local are cooking right now. That would be my guess, anyways. For today's show, what I figured we could do, we're going to start with I fired up 3 stacks that I was excited about for this game week. I feel like we could look at those and then kind of look at the matchups in general, and then people could tell me what they're excited about. That's the loose plan, the loosey-goosey plan for today. Ooh, Sean's in 4th in the limited daily derby. All right, Shawnee kid. Just Essence so far for Windy City Assassin. All right. All right, let's get started here. We're gonna go like this. Ooh, I got a little bit smaller, and then let's do it. So this is my favorite stack so far. Favorite stack, Queens native Mike Zakarian says his favorite stack is the New York Mets. They're taking on the Athletics. They're taking on the Oakland Athletics. They're not Oakland anymore, though. They're Sacramento, and that's part of the reason we're playing them. I shared this in the Discord here the other day. I put it in the underdog, the Sorare MLB chat. I want to see if I can find it. But we might be entering a new Coors Field level of what's happening in Sacramento right now with these Kangs, and it might not be like consistent. This is like super small sample size, but the ball has been flying in Sacramento. We've been seeing a bunch of points, a bunch of runs going up in there. Now I can't find it. What the hell? Hold on, let me see if I can find it here. I thought I sent something out that was like new Coors Field. But I guess not. I guess I didn't do that. But anyways, the ball's been jumping out of Sacramento these days. They're not Sacramento either. It's not played in Sacramento. They're not playing in Sacramento. I mean, I know they're not the Sacramento Athletics, but that's where it is, right? Anyways, that is where the that's going to be the first stack that I am targeting. I think the Mets, like they're taking on fucking Sears, Spencer, Spence and Severino. I feel like all of those guys are beatable. And the Mets, they've had that one game where they popped off for like 10, but the offense has been relatively quiet so far. But again, I looking at some of those matchups there, I really do think I think this is one of the better spots to attack. And I think if we go look at let me share screen this way. If we look at some of the marketplace with the Mets stuff, it wasn't too terrible, It wasn't too terrible. Outside of like the top 3, and this is what we're going to find with a lot of the stacks that we're looking at. I mean, it makes sense too. But outside of like the top guys like the Lindors, the Sotos, and the Alonso, you'll find that a lot of these targets aren't too bad on the pocketbook or wallet, if you will. Why the fuck? Every single time we like maximize the screen, it does that. It resets the filters. But if we look at the in-season, I'm not really interested in pitchers right now. Let's just do corner infielders, middle infielders, and the outfield. Like you see Alonso's at 26, Soto's at 60, but Vientos here at 7.25. You've got Sterling Marte just over $3, Brandon Nimmo in there, Jose Siri, not really, but the other guys a little bit more interested in. Again, I just really like this matchup for the Mets. I think that this is a fun one to target there. Sean was saying doubt there's cards yet, but might be worth mentioning that David Festa and Zebby Matthews are getting called up to the Twins imminently. So there you go. All right, both are good prospects. But anyway, so the Mets are probably my favorite. I think, especially this early in the season, like in April too. Again, with the weather that we saw with Boston and Toronto, it's really hard for offense when you're getting that stuff. So to target some of these environments that have a little bit better weather, and I think Sacramento was in pretty good shape this weekend. Although I know you guys didn't like that I said Sacramento. So the weather in Central California, Friday, 80 degrees, baby, cloudy. Saturday, 76, Sunday, 82. The ball should be a jump in there. So pretty excited about the Mets. I don't have a lot of Mets, but I do think that is going to be my premier stack. Although if you pay attention to what I did this past game week, don't listen to the stacks. Next up, we're going to Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Phillies, baby. Part of the reason that I'm excited about them is because of what I saw these pitchers just do with the Red Sox in less than ideal hitting environment. St. Louis is rolling out against Philly. They got Paente, Mikolas, and Liberatore. And I believe Paente and Mikolas were both two pitchers that got lit up by the Red Sox. I think this is a pretty good spot. Again, similarly to the Mets, like the top tier guys are going to be the most expensive ones, but it's not too crazy after that. And the weather in St. Louis, not terrible this weekend either. If we go to Take Me to St. Louis, take me to the fair. We got, a little chilly tomorrow and then 60s on Saturday, 70 on Sunday. 70s, excuse me. So I think that is a fun place to start. On the Philly side of stuff, like, again, same thing. You're going to have Schwarber, Bryce Harper, and Trey Turner on the more expensive side. You got Schwarber there, like almost $18. Bryce Harper's at 25. Trey's at just under 20. But JT Realmuto is just under 5.5. Brandon Marsh is over 2.25, and Alex Baum is sub 9. I feel like we could see some explosions there from the Phillies. That is a good shout there, right there. Piente's is 25. Card is relief pitcher, so maybe worth a run in daily. That is a good shout. We are always looking for those. Bitches Love Sosa, the best walk-up song in MLB history. Agreed, Soxy. Agreed. But yeah, I do like Philadelphia quite a bit. Again, those St. Louis pitchers just not something I'm too scared of. And just trying to find these offenses that can pop off for 25 plus runs in a weekend or something. And I do think the Cardinals, both their bullpen and their starters, just getting roughed up a little bit. So fire up them Phils, baby. Fire up them Phils. The last stack that I was looking at was the Cincinnati Reds. We get to go back to the Great American Small Park. They're going up against Falter, Heaney, and company. And then outside of Ellie, man, the Reds are like decently priced there. You get McLean, who is on a 10-day IL, so don't get McLean. But the Reds are going to be a fun target, I think, for most of the summer. He's just over $10. Christian and Gancion Strand, just over $9. Friedel Deedle, $3.20 for his limited. Tyler Stevenson will be back from injury in a little bit. He's just over $3.25. Fraley, and not as exciting for Fraley, and Trevino is over $4. But I do think the McLean and Carcion Strand, Friedel Deedle, is a really fun target over there. So I do like them Reds. That is my third favorite stack. How excited are you for? I'm not that excited for it. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not that excited for it. Do the Phillies face 3? I'm not sure about Paente's if he throws right or left. I know Mikolas is right. But yeah, Weisberg, I'll still watch it, but I'm not that excited for it. But I also wasn't, that's not my. No, I did not play the game. But anyways, the Reds I think are, again, probably the best hitting environment. Let me actually check the weather in Cincinnati. I don't think it's going to be as pretty as it is going to be in San Francisco this weekend, but 50 on Friday, 56 and sunny on Saturday, 61 on Sunday. So maybe Sunday is the explosion day. Shout out NBA Top Shot variants. But I really like this stack quite a bit. And again, relatively cheap outside of Dahaclus. But yeah, like the Reds. Let's kind of look at some of the other stuff. Let's look at some of the other stuff here in some of the matchups. I did my best not to include the Boston Red Sox this game week because they have hurt my feelings. So we're not playing them as much. But let's look at the grid. Let's look at the grid for this weekend and kind of go through it a bit. I believe almost every single team has a 3-game week. I don't think we have any 2-gamers like we did last weekend with the Twins and the Stros. But Toronto and Baltimore are facing off here. You got Sugano, Povich, and Charlie Morton. So those are decent matchups there for the Blue Jays. And then Baltimore is pretty hitter friendly too. So what do we got going on in Baltimore weather wise? Let's see what that is, because that we could have fun with that. Looks like we're getting some rain on Friday and Saturday, and Sunday's the only nice day. So maybe you save your Orioles and your Blue Jays for the daily contest. We've got Sox against the Chicago White Sox. They're going to Chicago. Decent matchup or weather there. It's not too bad. And you could probably get to the White Sox. I mean, they're getting Newcomb and Fitz in those first two matchups. And Newcomb is somebody who has a lot of trouble with control. I know Chicago is not very fun, but a lot of trouble with control. You could absolutely pummel Newcomb. And then same thing with Fitz. We saw the Blue Jays get to Fitz this past game week. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. And then old crotchet face there, the ace going in that third game. We're not going to support him. We're not supporting him. All right, we've got the Skanks. I think you could stay away from the Skanks a little bit this weekend. They're throwing out Stroman, Will Warren, and Carlos Rodon. On the Giants side of stuff, you got Robbie Ray, Jordan Hicks, and Logan Webb. Jordan Hicks used to pitch for the Yanks. Am I making that up? Was Hicks a Yankee? You had asked about Philly, too. Philly is going against let's go. Wait, where are the Cardinals here? Because I wanted to look that up. Yeah, two righties and a lefty. Two righties and a lefty for Schwartz. But yeah, anyways, I think you could stay away from the Yanks this weekend. Again, not really the best hitting environment. I don't think you have to focus on it. No, I know who Aaron Hicks was. Let's see if Jordan Hicks. Let's see. Nope, he didn't. He did not. He was not in the Yankees organization. Had with the Cardinals, and then the Giants. But I was not thinking of Aaron Hicks. I was thinking of him. All right, let's keep going here. We got the Tampa Bay Rays against the Atlanta Braves. Taji Bradley, Drew Shane Baz is throwing. The Braves, I believe, are throwing out some of their better arms this weekend. Actually, no, I'm sorry. You're missing Schwellenbach. AJ Smith, Shava, Bryce Elder, and Chris Sale. I mean, it's in Tampa Bay, which is, not terrible because they're not in their normal pitching friendly ballpark. The Braves are fine too against this Tampa rotation. I mean, Baz, I definitely wouldn't be thrilled, but the other two have been pretty hittable. Baz has actually been off to a really solid start pitching wise. So I don't know. Are you guys getting to either of those teams? Yeah, Baz dad, Crazy Swole. We already talked about Toronto and Baltimore. We did Chicago. I didn't mention them. You could get to the Red Sox here. They're throwing out Davis Martin, Martin Perez, and Shane Smith. Let me double check the Chicago weather this weekend, because if I recall, actually it's cold, but they should get all three games in. 43 on Friday, 50 on Saturday, 57 on Sunday. I mean, that is you could tee up against these guys. So they're not my favorite stack, but I own them, so I'm sure I will play them. Royals against the Guardians. You got BB, Luis Ortiz, and Ben Lively going up against the pubic hair, Lorenzen and Cole Reagans. I don't know. I'm not really super excited about the offenses on either of these. And then we've got Detroit against Minnesota. It's in Minnesota. Detroit's throwing out Reese Olson, Jackson Jobin, Casey Mize, and then Festa, as people were talking about in the chat, Paddock and Simeon Woods Richardson. Yeah, Richardson. What's the weather looking like at Kansas City? I actually think we're getting decent. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Did I just do that incorrectly? It's at Minnesota, Detroit. I had that right. What's the weather in Minnesota this weekend? We got 57 on Friday, 67 on Saturday, 65 on Sunday. There you go, Borland. You can go outside. How are we feeling about this matchup? Can we attack these guys? Twins have been a little bit disappointing. There to start the season offensively, at least for my bags. Maybe they're fine for actual baseball, but for fantasy perspectives, I don't love it. Also, happy hour, everybody. Yeah, anyways, I don't know if you guys are getting there or not. Let's get to the West. We already talked about the Athletics with no home or throwing out Sears, Spence, and Severino. The Metsies are throwing out Canning, Peterson, and Senga. So you could still get to some of the Athletics if you want. What I kind of like about playing them is it is so close. I mean, it's so easy to figure out those guys to play. Like, you're just playing Rooker, Butler, Blade, and that's really it, right? You're not going too deep into that Athletics offense. Mets side of things, we already talked about them. I did want to mention, so Astros are playing the Angels of Anaheim at home. Do we think Blanco kind of a sneaky, cheap pitcher this coming game week? Because I was trying to figure out like who are the best arms for this upcoming game week. What is oh, whoops. I know what I did. Sorry, I was just trying to check the marketplace here. For instant buy, you can get Blanco for what? $3.69. He's pitched twice, right? He got a six. Oh no, did he not? He's pitched this year already, right? Interesting. What the fuck's going on over here? I could have sworn Ronel Blanco. They're just not. He just had 0. Oh, he had a -2 against Minnesota. Anyways, I kind of like him against the Angels. Although the Angels exploded today, they dropped a ton of bombs. Oh yeah, Bangaliers. My bad. Bangaliers. My bad. Good old Shea. My bad. I forgot about Shea. You talking about Kerry Carpenter in there? Yeah, Kerry Bonds, you mean. Kerry Bonds. But anyways, I kind of liked Blanco. The Astros are also throwing out Gusto and Wisniewski. For the Angels, they're throwing out Kanawowitz, Tyler Anderson, and Hendricks. I mean, we should probably be considering some of these Astros this weekend, right? I'm gonna check the marketplace on some of these Strosbos. I imagine outside of Jordan, it's not too bad, right? You got, let's see, Johnny Singleton. All right, hold on. Let me put the filter back on. Excuse me. Singleton, Dolafetti kid. Jake Myers, $3. Dubon, 320. Jeremy Pena, 469. Paredes is 545. Altuve's under 10. Christian Walker is under 7. I don't know. I feel like I'm not scared of any of those Angels pitchers, right? I think we can get to it. Yeah, Jordan versus 3 righties. Sign me up, baby. Sign me up. Although you're playing Jordan no matter what, you know. Also, Soriano looked great today, by the way. Jose Soriano for the Angels. All right, Seattle's taking on Texas. That's fun. They're right next to each other. Not fun matchups for the Rangers. You got Bryce Miller, it's a Brian Woo and Logan Gilbert. And then on Seattle, it's DeGrom, Rocker, and Eovaldi. And really, it's just the Rocker performance that if you're Seattle, you're excited about, right? I feel like these are pitchers we could get to. It is in Seattle. I think we like that, right? I think we like that. Ever watch baseball and weed? No, I haven't, Manicato, but really good question. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your 420. All right, we did Atlanta, Tampa Bay. You got Washington and Miami. You got Quantrill, Alcantara, and Edward Cabrera against Mitchell Parker, Trevor Will, and Mackenzie Gore. This is at Miami, so I'm not too interested in this. But hey, have the Nationals been overperforming a little bit here? I feel like we've been seeing their offense keep up with a little bit. We saw, let's look at their last couple of games. So they lost 6-5 to the Dodgers yesterday. They won 8-2 on Tuesday. They won 6-4. They've put up 4 or more runs in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight games. I mean, it's not like awesome, but I feel like you could probably find some market deals there on the Natties. Let's go over some of these prices here for the fielding. You got Paul Big Day Young, Kyber Ruiz, Nathaniel Lowe, all relatively cheap. I mean, Abrams James Wood, excuse me, is the most expensive at $29.50, and then Abrams at $13.40 after that. But everything else is like sub 5. Lowe's at $6.30. I don't know. That's not terrible, right? Sneaky, good offense and bad starting pitching outside of Gore. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Jordan actually better against lefty. There you go. Jordan's awesome, man. He's a mammoth of a man. All right, let's keep going. Let's get into some of the natty stuff. We got the Cubbies in Dodgerville. Doyers, Matty Boyd, Ben Brown, Colin Ray. For the Dodgers, we've got Yamamoto, Sasaki, and Glass now. So I don't know. You're probably not thrilled to run out the Cubbies lineups. I mean, I guess if you have your Kyle Tuckers, Suzuki's been off to a pretty hot start. Even some Ian Happ, you're playing them. But the Dodgers, this is a fun matchup, right? I don't think are we too scared of any of these? Like Matthew Boyd, I know has some strikeout upside, but also gets like blown up quite a bit. So I think you can get to him. I feel like the Dodgers we should have made a freaking overlay of the Doyers. All right, the Reds we talked about a little bit, right? They're taking on the Pirates, the Buccos in Cincinnati. They're going against Brady Singer, Andrew Abbott, and they're throwing out Brady Singer, Andrew Abbott, and Hunter Green. Hunter Green has been fun. And then for Pittsburgh, Falter, Heaney, and Malinsky. I mean, they get to avoid Paul Skeens. They get to play in Cincinnati. I mean, that's just the best matchup of the week, right? We love this. We love this matchup. St. Louis and Philadelphia, we already talked about. Let's get to Arizona and Milwaukee. This is in Arizona going up against Eduardo Rodriguez, Corbin Burns. The Brewers are, going up against Rodriguez, Burns, and Gallen. The Brewers are throwing out Jose Quintana, Chad Patrick, and Freddie Peralta. I think I would like the Arizona side of this a little bit more, right? Although, did somebody just go to the 10-day DL for Arizona? Am I making that up? I thought I saw. Did Marte just go down? Yeah, Marte's on the 10-day. Corbin Carroll off to a decent start. You get Gabriel Moreno over there. Is pretty cheap. Eugenio Suarez is under 10. Josh Naylor is sub 10. And Perdomo is just over 11. I'll tell you, the Josh Naylor price went up since we did the video at the beginning of the season. Will Vlad hit his first home run? Well, I mean, he's playing right now, right? Let's see. Well, can we get a live update there? We've got still a 0-0 game through 3. Man, Rockies and Brewers really disappointing points runs-wise here. I keep saying points because I'm saying fantasy points. Although Brenton Doyle at the bat. Let's go, BD. Let's hit a bomb, kid, Brenton. Call might be a look at some point too, says Soxy. Okay. Let's no, Vlad rest day. Oh, next game week. That's what you meant? Okay. Oh, we got a Brenton hit. Let's see what it was. Come on, Doyle. Give me a Doyle. Oh, back. Nope, it's just a base hit up the middle. We'll take an RBI single, though, bro. We'll take an RBI single from the Doyle. Now I need McMahon to go yard next. Come on, Ryan. Come on, Rion. All right, what else do we have here? Colorado goes to San Diego. Herman Marquez, Chase Dollander, and Kyle Freeland. For the Pods, the Daddies are throwing up Pavetta, Hart, and Kang. I mean, listen, I got burned a little bit by Michael King this last outing. He wasn't terrible, but wasn't great. I feel like this is the pitchers to attack. You get Colorado now on the road. Rockies like pitching okay. I mean, Freeland's probably the only one that I'd go out of my way to attack, right? And even Freeland's been limiting the damage a little bit. So there you have it. Those are the games this game week. It's kind of up there. I think you can get a little bit different this game week because I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think you have to get super different this game week because I think it's going to be relatively spread out, right? If you had to guess which of these teams get like overwhelmingly stacked, do you think it is the Reds? Is the Reds going to be the first team that everybody goes to click this game week? It does feel like the best ballpark, the best matchup, and one of the best offenses there. I don't know. I don't know. I do think the Dodgers, I mean, like if you have a Dodger stack, you're playing them almost every time, right? If you have all of those heavy hitters, those big bats, I think that's kind of the direction you're going. But I do think the Reds are my favorite. And I do like the Phillies quite a bit too. The problem is I don't own a lot of those. So this might be a weekend where I'm not stacking as much either. And I'm just kind of firing to play the best plays, if you will. Might be one of those. Let me go build some lineups right now. Let's go build some lineups. Reds have the best ballpark, but did do some ghosting. Yeah. Let's go build some lineups. Let's see how we do over here. If you guys have questions or what you're doing, let me know into the chitty chat. Let's go play ball. All right, bi-weekly. We're going to go April 11th to the 13th. All right, let's get started. So we're going to do 3 champ lineups. Who knows if I'm keeping these, but let's get started. All right, so I got Baz against the Braves, Logan Gilby against the Rangers, Crotchet against the White Sox. Is he the best? Is he my clear best starter here? We've got the aforementioned Jordan Hicks against the Yanks, Matty Boyd against the Dodgers. Christopher Sanchez probably has some upside here as a relief pitcher against the Cards. Robbie Ray against the Yanks, or is it just Michael King against the Rockies? DeGrom against the Mariners. We get a lot to choose from here. Blanco, Brycey Miller, Big Dick Pitts. I don't know. Who's your favorite in the chat? Is it King? I think Pivetta is fine. Against the Rockies. Jump Shoot is saying Gilbert against Gilbert at home is solid. Everybody's saying Gilby, huh? All right, Gilby. Interesting. I didn't think Gilbert was going to be the one you guys were going to go to. But that's why we get to make a bunch of them. Now, would you pair it up with Munoz here? Or Munoz, excuse me. I always do that. So, Logan Gilbert. We do have, or do we roll out 2? Okay, this is the choice here. We've got Chapman against the White Sox, but I think we save that, pair it up with Crotchet. We got Mason Miller against the Mets. Clay Holmes isn't pitching this one. We do have Bowden Francis, though, who is a relief pitcher as a starter. So basically the decision is, are you throwing Francis out there so I get 2 starting pitchers, or Munoz for the save with Gilbert? Which one would you do? Before I see answers in the chat, I'm telling you my lean is Francis, even though the Orioles, solid offense here. I think my lean is Francis, but what would you guys do? Tell me, baby girl, what would you guys do? I'll wait. Munoz pitched the last 2 days. Avoid. There you go. There's your answer. All right, let's throw Francis in there, though. Hold on one second. I got to do this in real time. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Let's see. Sorry, guys. We had to book something here ASAP, so I had to send that to my wife. All right, Munoz pitched the last 2 days. All right, so let's do Francis. And then I think what we're going to end up doing here is just kind of building out the best place here. I don't think I'm going to force stacks. I do have like the full Red Sox stack. The Diamondbacks against the Brewers, we said, was kind of fine. But I think we just throw in Carcion Strand in there. I guess the highest projected guy out of all of these right now is Devers. Bregman, Carcion Strand is up there too at 20. So is Yandy Diaz and Cassis. But I think my natural instinct is to play the guy that I said we should play. So I'm going to go in Carcion Strand. Middle infield, I don't love my collection of middle infielders. We do have Brandon Lowe against the Braves. I know, like, they got that one matchup against Elder, which I think is pretty nice. Volpe against the Giants, no thanks. You got Ruiz over there. Ruiz has been off to a really solid start, though. Tovar's day-to-day. Story against the White Sox. We got Willie Castro against the Tigers. William Contreras against the D-backs. Maybe that's the direction we go. Bo Naylor, fresh off a dong recently. Or, I mean, Seager, but then I'm like I'm putting my hitters against my pitchers, which I don't really love. So this is kind of a tough spot. This might be Trevor Story. This just might be a Trevor Story clicking on to the next one. Although Willie Castro is kind of fun. So is Contreras. We get a couple. Let's throw Contreras in there. Let's save Trevor Story. We'll do a full Red Sox stack on one of these. This is I think we just play Kyle Tucker here. I think we're just going to go honestly, it's probably going to be these 3 across, right? We'll just go Tucker. We know Corbin Carroll is going to be in this squad. And then that narrows it down. We're not going to use a starting pitcher here, right? So, I forgot we have DeGrom too, man. We're going to use these starters. Let's see. Rank them starter-wise. Bryce Miller. I think I'd go Bryce Miller, then Pivetta, then Bradley, then Mize, maybe. You need a page refresh. Munoz did pitch yesterday, but still 2 of the last 3. Not critical to void. Yeah, I'm going to go, or didn't pitch. I'm going to go with Francis anyways. All right, for this last spot here, we got to find another hitter. I wonder, do we just throw Jackson in there? So we have a little Jackson Contreras, little mini stack. We could do that. We could go. We have Ian Happ if we wanted a little Cubs mini. We also have Suarez if we wanted a Diamondbacks mini. Actually, I think it might just be Suarez. No, let's do that. Let's do that. Carroll, Churio, Contreras. How do we feel? How do we feel? Does this hang? Can we get there? I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it. Confirm. All right, let's do a sock stack now because you know we're gonna do at least one. You know we're gonna do at least one. Fromber, yeah, maybe we throw Valdez in this one. Let's see. Although I think I like DeGrom a little bit more than him, right? Who are the Astros playing again? Oh, he's not pitching this week. He's pitching against the Angels, so he's not pitching. Let's all right, so we got DeGrom. Actually, I'm gonna use King because I do like Michael Kang. I like him. I know him. Again, he disappointed. Oh, DeGrom projects for 28. 5. Well, let's go DeGrom. All right, we'll throw DeGrom in this one. We got Cades. All right, rank them here. Mason Miller, Chapman, Munoz, Cade Smith. Which one do you guys like the most? We also have Hoffman. I mean, I don't hate Hoffman either if you think the Blue Jays can win some of these games here. If you think the Blue Jays can win some of these games against the Orioles, I don't mind Hoffman as a potential closer here. All right, hold on one second. Speaking of Cheerio, just got a single Cheerio. Would you go with Peralta over Pivetta? I think so. I don't have Vladdy, so I'm not playing him, you know. Let's throw Mason Miller, although I don't think the Athletics are going to beat the Mets too often. It doesn't How about the guards? Nah, let's throw Hoffman. Let's throw Hoffman in there. Let's do it. Hoffman, let's get some saves, baby. All right, first base, corner infielder. Let's do our Red Sox stack here. We're going to throw Devers in there. Devers, dude. Devers go deep, dude. You got Story. Let's throw him in there, dude. Let's throw Jared Duran. We'll throw him in there. We'll throw Bregman in there next. And then that leaves us with our last spot. Let's see. This might be, we'll obviously be doing a one-off here. This could be Suarez, although, man, the pitchers are projecting higher than the hitters, which is kind of funny. Brandon Lowe, Riley Green against Minnesota. Kind of like Riley Green. Brent Rooks, we already talked about him a little bit. Buxton, we said his day-to-day. Gurriel, Lawrence Butler, maybe swipe a few bags. Friedel Dadel D. How about Friedel Dadel? Friedel Dadel. All right, let's do it. Friedel, Wallner. Friedel or Wallner, I think, is really the decision here. We could go Cassis and just go full Sox. Also, we still have another Contreras. We have Seager. Seager makes a little bit more sense than this one, but again, Mike Greenwell. Shout out Mike Greenwell. Man, I don't know. You guys are supposed to be like, oh, you definitely should play this guy, bro. And none of you were doing that. None of you were doing it. Let's do Wallner. Wallner. Let's do Wallner. Or Friedel. No, I was saying I love the Cincinnati matchup. Let's do Friedel, Dadel. Let's do it. Yeah, that's what they were saying in the chat, I think, before you got here, Borland, that it was just personal. Hopefully he's back soon. All right. But I think Buxton you just save for daily. Like, there's no need to lock him in on Friday unless we get confirmation that he's playing. All right, so to recap lines 1 and 2, we got Gilbert and Bowden Francis. Then we got Encarnacion Strand with Contreras and Churio, Tucker, and Carroll. Our second one, full-on Soxy stack with DeGrom and Hoffman. Then Devies, Story, Duran, Breggs with Friedel, Dadel. And then we're going to do one more here. Let's do one more. I'm going to try not to buy anything. Wallner, if you like risk. Maybe Wallner gets in this one. Hold on. Let's see. What do we got? All right. So we got Crotchet. We're going to have a lot of... We still haven't used Michael Kang. King projects for 23. Crotchet. Actually, let's do Crotchet and Chapman. I'll use King in the daily. We'll use Crotchet and Chap, and then hopefully we cook. Maybe we throw Cassis in this one. I know Suarez projects okay. Rooker projects okay too. But let's do Cassis for this one. We could do a little Yankee stack too if we wanted to, but I just don't love the matchup against San Francisco. Let's get Willie Castro in for our guy Borland. Although we got to get Seager in here too. So maybe Seager ends up being our flex. Seager, I did not play him in any daily. I didn't play him in freaking anything. And he went nuts. He went nuts yesterday. Garrett Mitchell is kind of coming into his own a little bit. Again, I do like that environment. This might just be Ian. Lawrence Butler. We could go Wallner in this one. Wait, didn't I just click Wallner? Or did I pick somebody else over Wallner? Oh, no, Wallner if you like risk. Let's get Wallner in this one, I think. Cody Bellinger. Is he back in that? But Belly's back? I do like Riley Green, though. Gary L. Green. Let's do Riley Green. Then we'll throw in maybe Suarez in this one. And then for our flex, this might be Wallner. Wallner for the flex. Flex on him, son. We also could go to... I have all those Yanks, too. I mentioned Gary L. Maybe Lawrence Butler. Maybe we just get some stolen bags, some swags. Now let's go Larnark. Larnark or Wallner? Wallner. Let's go. There we go. I could have sworn I just put Wallner in the last one, though. Didn't I? So we had sure. Oh, no, Friedel. We did Friedel Deedle. All right, there we go. There's our squads. There are our squads. I'm sure I'll change this like a bunch of times. Can we enter the daily one already, too? No, not yet. So there we go. You guys have anything else you guys are fiddling around with? That's true. Brian Reynolds. Brian Reynolds is a fun one. Are there any big picture stacks you think big picture? You mean like off of not just this weekend? Honestly, like I would just look at. I mean, this is dumb. I would just look at who's coming to Cincinnati next, teams that are going to Colorado. Like I honestly would just try to sit there and look at who's going where, because I think like what'll end up. I have not monitored the marketplace too much, but what I assume would happen is if on Friday morning we're like, oh shit, the Reds go to Colorado this weekend. I got to buy a bunch of Reds, right? So I would just kind of try to get ahead of the schedule and stuff like that. DJ Local was saying the Padres in the chat. That's fun. Yeah. I don't know, man, if the Nationals are going to keep doing this before like the weather even gets better, although like I would get ahead of those. Like I wonder if we start seeing the price tag on some of those natties go up. If they're going to continue to put up like 4 or 5 runs a game, we might see that. Also, we got the Brew Crew with the bases juice for our guy Garrett Mitch. G Mitch in the house. Man, the Red Sox and Blue Jays have been allergic to offense this series. It's been gross. Trying to think if there are any other big picture stacks, if you will. I feel like we're going to start seeing some Cub explosions pretty soon, too. And I think those are all relatively affordable. I mean, all it takes, too, if we ever get one of those wind series in Chicago where the wind's just blowing out, I mean, the ball absolutely carries there. But if we look at manager sales, and let me sort it by just the hitters, we won't look at the pitchers, right? So, John Bertie, there you go, $1.84 kid. No, we're not looking for Bertie. Let me switch that to limited. Sorry. Like, dude, Swanson, Dansby's under $6. Pete Crow Armstrong will swipe a bag or two. He's under 10. Nico Horner is actually, his price has come up a little bit, and so is Suzuki. Interesting. And the instant buy side of things, I bet Kyle Tucker's $53. But I think the Cubs are going to have some breakout game weeks. I think that'll be fun. Yes, Hap too. Hap is pretty cheap. Hap is pretty cheap. I've been doing. I like these little 2-man stacks that I've been doing where it was just like Hap and Tucker, or Carroll and Suarez. So I don't know if you need like full stacks, but I do think just keep picking up pieces as you go along, because again, the limited streets haven't been too pricey. And I find myself just continuing to get stuff during the daily. The daily contests are just so enticing to fill those lineups. So that's kind of how I've been approaching it. But yeah, that's all I got for today. If you guys have anything else, Let me know. Put it in there. I'll hang for a couple more minutes. We got some fun. Well, really, the only fun basketball game tonight is Memphis, Minnesota, which should have some playoff feel to it on the NBA side of things. But reminder, NBA Bit tomorrow at 9 a.m. And then at 4 p.m., our guy John from Sorare is coming on. We're going to talk playoff basketball and the format for the Sorare contest, and then we'll do our normal show. You have 470 limited essence, almost halfway to a pull. There you go. What do I have right now? I've got like five something, 599. We got 599. I wish I could just tell you what you pulled, like right here. Like it should say this is your fourth or fifth pull or whatever. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm enjoying the essence. I'm enjoying the energy. We're having fun. We're having fun, Borland. Playoffs, man. Big game for you guys tonight. That should be fun. Also, it's fucking raining right now. I didn't think it was gonna rain till tomorrow. Terrible stuff. Terrible stuff. Although it's wait, why did that say expired session? Oh, I see what happened. Have you used any XP reserve yet? I don't even know how to do that. What does that mean? I don't even know how to do that. What does that mean? I got 1,400 of it. How do I use it? Is it while you're making your bi-weekly lineup you do it? Let's see. Oh, wait, no. I'm trying to... Let's see. Anybody watch any of the Masters stuff today? Like, is this... All right, hold on. Let me go back. My team bonus rating is very low, it says. Very low. Go... On my card. You don't have to put it in caps, Weisberg. You just got to put it in there one time. I was not looking at the screen. All right, so let's see. Let's go. Who we want to pump up? Let's pump up Devers, dude. Devers needs to get pumped. Let's see. This is it right here. Level up. Wow, that's fun. That's fun. Very exciting stuff. Now you bitches are screwed. Once I found out how to pump it up like Reeboks, you guys are toast. Ooh, Hunter Walker in the chat. Yeah, jump shoot. You want to know a little secret, buddy? You want to know a little secret? Everything I just said, I will delete. I have to go, like, because tomorrow morning I'm gonna like do all my extra homework in the morning before I actually submit it. So I'm gonna be resetting them. But that's helpful. Thank you guys. Yeah, let's see. We got any of you guys do the Splash Sports contest? We did a little Masters Splashy Sports. I think I'm getting smoked in it. Let's see. Is anybody like minus something crazy? Justin Rose is -8. What? Wow. Right. Yeah, I got to resubmit though. That makes sense. All right, dogs. 50 minutes, baby. We did it. Again, we'll have another a jump shoot. I think it's going to jump on the show on Sunday. I think we got to talk about it. I got to see how much his participation fee is. I don't know if I can afford jump shooting, but I think jump shoot's going to come hang out on Sunday when we do this for the next game week. And then I don't know, maybe we got some 4 gamers we got to sift through. Sean, you trying to decide which bi-weekly lineup to enter? Because you got too many. Yeah, jump shoot's going to be joining. I got to figure out what time first. I just got to see what time on Sunday works best in the afternoon. All right, Sneeps is telling me to check the Discord. Better be worth it, Sneeps. Better be worth it. I'm going to come fucking find you. Why is I think my mouse is dying. I got to like double click. Oh, that's a great one. Legend. Yeah, look at that, dude. Look at this shit. Look at Sneeps. Sneeps, you redeemed yourself, buddy. I thought this was going to be curtains for you, buddy. Look at go. Look at that. There we go. There we go. Level that shit up, huh? Level that shit. No, free for no. Yeah, I was just joking. I was just joking, guys. And of course, the show will be free. All right, we're gonna call it there. Steve, that's sick, bro. That's sick. I'm gonna get that tattooed on my forehead. Good luck this game week. Let's hope. Let's see. Let's do one last score update. Let's see if anything spicy happened in these games. All right, Sox and Blue Jays still 0-0. That's boring as hell. Brewers loaded it up and scored 1. What happened? Did Garrett? Oh, Garrett Mitchell got pinch hit for. Brutal. Unreal. Anyways, great stuff, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Best of luck this game week, the current one, the upcoming one. We'll see you tomorrow for more sweet content. We'll be back on Sunday. 6 days a week, bitches. Go check out the Count the Dings YouTube channel for the most recent episode of The Hoop Sense. If you missed it, we are out. Out.